Discrimination and barriers. My right to be in public space, as someone who behaves in an unusual way, is often something people have opinions on. I don't have grief over a body that I used to have. I don't have none of that born-again stuff. So you can say that's a politicized decision. But I hold that my anger is about the way I've been treated because I'm different. They had a rule that the more able-bodied kids weren't allowed to push the kids that were in the wheelchairs. So I wasn't actually able to move around. Until I was aged 8, I never experienced freedom of movement. I always found myself in a sort of no man's land, not necessarily fitting into the camp of the non-disabled, but also not necessarily the camp of the handicapped. And if you weren't cap in hand, you weren't asking, you weren't looking for help, then you were being rude or whatever. When I was a child, people had opinions on whether I should be in the classroom or whether I should be in a mainstream setting. As a young adult, travelling by public transport, as I wanted to go to art galleries or theatres, people had opinions on whether I should be on the bus or not. I don't want long arms or a thumb, I'm fine, but it would be nice to have been treated equally. So the fury comes from not being treated equally, doesn't it? That's where I think it comes from. When you get, as an actor, to show your universal humanity as a character, what you are is transcended by who you are. And no one cares what you are anymore, because they care about who you are. And the irony of having to wait around for 17 years in order to portray a freak to be allowed to show my universal humanity is not lost on me. What happened at the start of last year was so different. It was 10 minutes of the most personal abuse that I've ever experienced. Targeted abuse. And abuse that they were really wanting to make sure that I knew that the horrible things that they were saying were directed at me and were directed at me because I used a wheelchair. I remember being hauled in front of my headmaster for the umpteenth time, and him being absolutely incandescent because I'd done something wrong yet again. But he couldn't give me the cane because he feared that giving me the cane was going to somehow be bad for my impairment. I did not disabuse him. I think I had been inadvertently taught by the system of how we like to educate and raise young people as a community. I had been taught other people's rights trumped my own, and that there were certain places that weren't for me because I couldn't behave in a way that was appropriate for those contexts. It didn't occur to me as a child to question that, or as a young person to question those contexts. That's why it's important to do that now. You can't blame an individual for a society's failings, but you can sure look at the gatekeeper and go, why did you keep it locked all that time? Why? You could have done so much. I think of all those things I could have done, all those roles I could have had, all that society we could have changed, all those minds we could have changed, all those careers we could have encouraged, all those awards that would have led to other careers, to other commissions that didn't happen.